CIBN president, I understand, is our chief host. The host, president of Association of Corporate Affairs Managers of Banks, the registrar who looks after us, members of council of CIBN who are here, distinguished participants, and my very good friend Kanayo, who at very short notice decided to come and see things for himself. I'm sure by the time we are through, he must be thinking of how he will put something on film. Thanks for coming. I want to thank the Association of Corporate Affairs Managers of Banks for the invitation to participate and deliver, to use the words of the invitation, a brief 5-minute remarks and being available for questions and answers, and being available for a short question and answer session in this 2024 ACAB Stakeholders Conference. Your website is silent on whether ACAB is a trade union or an association registered under Part C of the Corporate Affairs, Companies and Allied Matters Act. All it states is that you were founded in 1996 by pioneer communication professionals through encouragement by banks' chief executive officers with a joint purpose of collectively changing the not too positive perception of the industry back in the day, and restore ethics and public confidence in the sector. Your invitation letter to me acknowledged the strides made in the banking and financial industry, as well as the challenges inherent in catering to the diverse needs of banking customers, and then stated that the banking industry owes much of its success to your collaborative efforts as an individual. That's they were referring to me now, and as president of the National Industrial Court. Since my background straddles tax law, consumer protection, and labor law, and given the theme of the conference, I do not know if the 5-minute remarks expected of me should be restricted to labor issues, or I should, in general, in my remarks, or I should be general in my remarks. I choose the first, to be general, and then more specific to the world of especially banking work. Banks, alongside other financial institutions, are critical to development. And so financial services are the core of any economy. They provide the infrastructure needed to develop other markets. Banks provide credit to economic actors, and insurance business creates a safer environment in which commerce and industry can develop. Investment services, which may be provided by a bank, insurance company, or some other financial institution or advisor, completes the tally. As strategic as the financial sector is, its stability must be ensured, and financial inclusiveness elevated to a right. But the banking sector suffers from a number of practices which call for concern. A few examples will suffice. 1, automation of banking services. As useful as this is in making banking business more convenient for customers, comes with it, so many hidden charges. I often wonder why my bank, I won't tell you the name, sending me an alert relating to a transaction should charge me the cost of sending the alert. When I send an alert to a friend, I bear the cost. Why should my bank not bear the cost of alerts and charge them as cost items in its banking business, which would then qualify as deductible expenses for tax purposes? The same may be said of the account maintenance charge I get every month from my bank and upon which value-added tax is deducted. How is my account maintained to warrant this charge? 2, the practice of giving employees targets in sourcing for deposits. This in itself may not be a problem, though it is often a nuisance to those of us that are contacted for such deposits. The problem, however, is when those employed and given targets are in the main female employees. Aside from this, raising issues of discrimination in the workplace, especially where male employees are not so employed. The fact that it is female employees who often dress seductively that are unleashed on the unsuspecting public is a cause for concern. I must admit that in recent times, this practice is on the wane. 3, the practice of concentrating on short-term financial investments as against long-term and real sector investment. Financial markets need to become less, not more efficient. This sounds like heresy. The problem with financial markets today is that they are too efficient. The financial sector has become more efficient in generating profits for itself in the short run. Given the liquidity of their assets, the holders of financial assets are too quick to respond to change, which makes it difficult for real sector companies to secure patient capital that they need for long-term development. The speed gap between the financial sector and the real sector needs to be reduced. This means that the financial market needs to be deliberately made less efficient. The financial sector has grown much faster than the underlying economy. The very liquidity of financial assets makes them potentially negative for the rest of the economy. Unlike real sector assets, financial assets can be moved around and rearranged in seconds. Financial capital is often